Hello, 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 hello. Hello, happy Monday. It is May 1st on Monday, and I am back. I took some more days off from streaming last week because I was doing some other stuff other than animating the shots. I was working on the project, but was kind of free flowing a little bit, and I ended up making a set. I felt like I needed some time off from these shots. It's getting a little burnt out. So let's see. I spent some time. Making some sets. Hold on, I'm gonna bring them up. This is gonna be in the trailer. This set in particular. This is the inside of one of the buildings. Let's see if I can get the other angle on it here. Yeah. So you may recognize this building from seeing it on the deck of the ship. It's actually it's this building here. And the reason I decided to go ahead and do a interior set for this building, which by the way, none of these other buildings have yet. Right now, they're all just empty shells. There's not even like doors or floors or anything in them, because it's just not in the first episode for them to be in the buildings. However, they are going to be, my plan for the trailer is that it will start inside this building with Cleo. And then Cleo will step out of the building onto the deck of the ship, and that's when we'll pull back and reveal the whole ship. It'll be kind of a big dramatic reveal of the ship itself. But before that point, we're just with Cleo in this room here, and we don't even really know that we're on a ship. So I thought that'd be like a fun surprise for the trailer. And the reason I decided to shift gears just a little bit and start working a little more on the trailer is because I've kind of just had a little bit of a shift in strategy. The original idea was that I would finish the episode before putting out the trailer so that I could be guaranteed that, I could put the episode out at a certain time. But now I'm feeling like it's a better idea to put out the trailer first. I think I'm close enough on the first episode that I can do that. Mind of Josh, hello. Thanks for the kind words. Nice to see ya. And welcome. So yeah, I've got enough of the shots done now that I feel safe and like shifting gears a little. I'm going to fast track some of the shots that are going to be in the trailer and finish those up before I do any others. And then I'll get the extra shots needed for the trailer done, and then I'll put the trailer out. And then after the trailer comes out, it'll probably be a couple months before the episode happens, but that's okay. On the last stream, I finished this shot where they land on the deck of the ship. I got some feedback midstream while I was doing lighting that it felt too violent with them landing on the solid ground. So at the last minute, I added in this kind of magical bouncy ground to make it seem less violent, like they would be killed on impact, because it's not what we're doing here. So yeah, hopefully that reads as a little more whimsical and magical now. And with that said, that was the final shot in this whole first minute and 10 seconds. So now the whole first minute and 10 seconds of the episode is done. This is really exciting milestone for me. So that's nice. And I can go ahead and notch this one more forward. Bloop. We got 19 shots done. So slowly but surely, we're getting there. And so today, the plan is to do this shot here, because this shot I think is going to be in the trailer. It's going to be a pretty quick win. It's just really simple. It's not long. It's just the ship is taking off and we're Amp and Andy have gotten back on the ship. This help of this extendo arm, Nat has said, let's take off. And so now Isla, pilot, is who controls the ship, is lifting the ship off. And then we'll cut to this other shot. So that's the plan for the day. And I've got my file open here. So the first thing I'll do is just kind of put everything in place and do the layout. So get my overrides in on my characters, the ship and the characters, so I can place them. Now we're going to be using an HDRI for the background of this shot. I'm just going to have a few foreground trees that I'll place arbitrarily over here. So we don't need to worry about the whole environment, which is great. So I'll just kind of start the ship at 0 where it is and have it lift off from there. So this is our little extendo platform for Isla, so that the whole reason for it is just so that we can be below the deck and still see Isla up on it. Since Isla's so short, we can do a shot like this and still see Isla, as opposed to down here, they'd be kind of lost. We'll cheat things a little bit towards the front there so we get a good view. Start with a 35mm lens, see how that goes. And to help sell the impression of the ship lifting off, I'm going to start with Isla kind of lower in frame and then have everything kind of raise up in frame a little bit. And further to the right, because I think in the previous shot we've got Nat over here. Kind of want to try to match the eye line a little bit. Something like that, maybe. I'll have some trees over here in the background, which will further help us feel like the ship is lifting off. Yeah, I think that'll be a pretty good layout, so I'll block in the ship motion. Another thing that might be fun is to actually have this elevator platform thingy kind of lifting up at the same time, so it could start just a little lower and continue to raise up. And I'm going to go ahead and put a constraint on this to keep Isla on the ground. Yep. Suppose I could parent the camera to the ship. That'll be easier than not doing that. Normally I wouldn't do something like that, but I think because this shot's so simple, I can get away with it. I don't want to actually do a lot of camera move stuff. Okay, so now we got our parent camera parented, not seeing any movement yet, but when we drop some stuff in the background, that will change. And I think I'll do that in the lighting file because I'm trying not to do stuff like that in the anim file in general. In this shot, which is the shot that comes right after, I just dropped these things in. So I'll just copy those over. Yeah, and everything's in a different place because it's lined up with the actual environment. I'm gonna try to avoid using any 3D clouds in this shot. So yeah, this is like kind of a treetops indicating. So we'll see those kind of receding. There we go. I learned that little trick way too late. Spent so many shots like chasing things around in the viewport to keep them in frame while they move around in the scene. And there's this handy little thing where you can just lock the viewport camera to an object. Makes life so much easier. Okay, so this is kind of the general like blocking of the shot. I'm gonna do a little bit more with the camera here. Yeah, just a little something to help the ship, help us feel like the ship is taking off. Might even start more straight on here. One thing I'm realizing is that because these animations are procedural, like this swirly marble thing, I'm ending up with the same exact pattern on the marble at the beginning of every shot, which probably I shouldn't call out because now other people will notice it. Maybe no one would have noticed it before, but I'm noticing it. And so, you know, these shots are already rendered. I'm not going to re-render them, but what I can do for the rest of them is reposition this marble in all the rest of the shots so that it's not going to look the same at the beginning of every shot. It'll still be doing the same pattern, but we'll be seeing a different part of it, so it should help. And the other thing I want to do is have this kind of speed up. This is kind of like the power core or whatever of the ship. So we'll go from like slower to faster. It's interesting. It's creating this weird illusion where things are locked in place, so maybe that's not such a good idea. Well, hello again. I just realized that my mic was off for the last 5 minutes or so. I was talking about something, but you know what? Doesn't matter. I muted my mic to take a sip of my loud iced coffee, and then I forgot to unmute it. Anyway. Probably a little slow and floaty, but I don't really care because the main focus of this is actually going to be these stars in this shot. They're going to start spinning and like raising up and creating this like ring of light. Kind of like magical, cool effect. So that's going to kind of be the main point of the shot. So if Isla is a little floaty, that's okay with me. Can maybe tighten it back up a tiny bit. Yeah. That's fine. Okay. I thought I could do a blink in here, and maybe Isla has these eye controls where you can actually look around. So animate a blink. Okay. I think that'll do it for the Isla body motion. So yeah, now these stars. Yeah, I can scale this control and the stars just separate. They don't actually grow, which is what I want. So we'll start with the... So I'm going to delete all the keys on this thing to start with. And yes, good. I set my rotation order in a good way. Have them go really fast at the end of the shot because I basically want them just to become a blur of light by the end of the shot. Probably something like that. But maybe that's too much. Almost there. So I thought it'd be cool to do a little bit of a I can do a little tilting without totally breaking everything. That would be cool. Yeah, sweet. So if you set your rotation orders right, they can really be your friend. And if you don't, they can really, really hose you later. The ring clear the head before the end of the shot. And I think we're about there. This tilt might be a little much. Okay, so that's kind of what I had in mind. Animation wise, now that I look at it, I do feel like it'd be nice if Isla was doing a little something more. Um, but without going as far as like adding extra walking or something, I don't know what else Isla would be doing. Maybe just a couple other looks around. I think that'll be enough. Just a few little head turns here and there. I think that'll be good, yeah. Just checking to make sure the coast is clear. Okay, yeah, I think that'll be good, and then I'll just add in some little extra eye moves to accompany that. Maybe one more blink before this second look here. Yeah. And I could do a little more to move the body during these. Okay, I think that's it for the animation. Clear this thing. I'm just gonna double check. I think my ship keys need a little bit of love here. Yep. Need to take care of this so that there's not like a frozen motion blur frame at the beginning or end of the shot. So that's why I do this extrapolation mode thing here. So this ensures that motion is continuing before and after the beginning and end of the shot, and that way we have motion blur on the first frame and on the last frame. Because if I hadn't done that, we'd have no motion blur on the first frame or last frame, and it would just feel, you don't even really notice it so much, except like during fast motion it kind of feels weird on cuts in the edit if you don't have that. Like it'll be one of those things that you don't really see it but you feel it. So it's good to make sure that motion blur is in there on the very first frame and on the very last frame, if you're using it. So yeah, I think this is the shot, animation wise. And from here we'll pick it up in the lighting file and add the effect with the swirly light ring, which I think will be really cool, and look at it with actual lighting and swap out these polygon towers for actual trees as well. So yeah, I think that's the plan. That'll be the plan for part 2. The exciting part 2 of this stream. When I return from my break in 5 to 10 minutes. BRB. Right, I'm back, and I am gonna get into lighting now. Go ahead and close this file. Yeah, so as I explained in a previous broadcast, I'm using Blender 3.3. That's the LTS that's currently out, long-term support. But Blender, the current version of Blender 3.5, has a huge amount of speed and rendering improvements over this one. And so far I've been able to render my shots in 3.5 without breaking anything, as long as I keep all my main work in 3.3. So that's what I'm going to try to do today again on this shot. So open 3.5. Here we go. Okay. So we should be ready to go here. Everything looks the same. That's a good sign. And so yeah, the first thing I'll do is I'll load in my world, my pre-made HDRI that fits in this scene. Hold on, I have to figure out which one it is. I forgot how I named these things. Okay, so there's that one. I think that's probably the one. It might be weird because the trees won't be moving if any trees are showing, so I might have to use the one without any trees in it. Let's try. Ah, demon. I thought I had that fixed. I guess I forgot to fix it. That should be 0 by default, and we'll have to go ahead and override the eyes. Let us dance. Hello. So nice to see you today. How are you? How have you been? There we go. Okay. Now we got our white eyes. That's weird. Oh, you've been on vacation the past week. Nice. Really not motivated to do any work at the moment. Yeah, I get it. So let's see. I think actually with the camera tilt this might actually work. It's just those little ones down there. So yeah, it should be okay. I think they'll be blocked by the foreground trees anyway. Let Us Dance, where did you go on vacation, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, friends in Texas, nice. I have family there. I go to Texas often. I have to figure out which trees to bring in. Well, you haven't missed much on this end. I've been working, but I haven't been streaming much because it's kind of been a little scattered and all over the place. Opening up my forest set here so I can figure out which trees I need to bring in to match. Okay. So these are the ones we'd be seeing over to the side. And it looks like they're tall Scott trees. I think it's these Scott pines here. So I'll bring a couple of those in. Let Us Dance, I'd like to ask your opinion on something. I've kind of adjusted my strategy a little bit. I was originally thinking I would probably wait until the first episode was done to put the trailer together so that the first episode would already be ready to go when I release the trailer. However, because this is taking so long, I'm starting to feel like I just need to put the trailer out. In the hopes of like maybe getting, I don't know, some more people involved or maybe like an Indiegogo campaign or something. And the trailer would be helpful for that. So that's kind of like my new plan. I don't know if I'll do like an Indiegogo campaign, but either way, I feel like I should finish the trailer first and try to put it out. even if it's a couple months before the episode is done. Ooh. Yeah. So I guess I was just curious if you, like, I haven't heard of anyone even doing anything on Indiegogo for so long. Just wondering if, like, you think that's, does anybody still use it? And, I don't know, what do you think? I went to the site today and there's still like a lot of campaigns active on it. I just haven't heard of anybody using it in so long. I have no idea. Getting interest in it early wouldn't necessarily be bad, right? No, yeah, no, it would actually be really good, and I would love that. It would really help me. Yeah. Let's see, what am I doing here? Which ones were those? Got all 5 of them in there. I'll just pick like 3, 4, and 5. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still on the fence about like any kind of campaign or anything like that, because obviously, like, if I offer rewards or perks or whatever, then that's just more work I have to do. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that yet, but at least as far as like just putting it out there in the world a little more. Because what would really, 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 really help me is if I could get the YouTube channel monetized before the first episode comes out, which currently feels like it's like, how is that even possible? But maybe if, like, I feel like the trailer's the only way that might happen. And at first I was just thinking, well, the first episode will just have to come out without the channel being monetized. And that still may be the case, but because this has gone on so long, it would just be a tremendous help if that weren't the case. So it's kind of like one of my goals anyway. Actually, I'm trying this new thing, because if I put these in a collection and then I instance the collection, I don't have to create overrides on these trees, which is cleaner. And then I can just duplicate these instances as much as I want, and it doesn't blow up the file or anything, so Okay, there we go. We have a lift off. Just gonna fill in that last area because I know that's where the trees are showing through in the background HDRI, which I kind of want to keep covered. Okay, yeah, I think that's gonna work. So they do seem awfully dark. I wonder if the denoiser will help with that. Maybe like maybe a fill light to simulate like some ground bounce or something. Oops. Is this doing anything? There we go. Okay. I'm gonna have to adjust this animation a little bit because I don't really love that angle on Isla's head there. But for the moment, I'll just leave it the way it is. And I think I'm gonna experiment with a little bit of depth of field here. I think overall we're just about there with lighting, but I do kind of feel like we need a little more strong side light. So I might add like a second sun in here. My light clamping might be messing things up, and it's tricky because if I don't have any light clamping, it's really easy to get fireflies and stuff like the blurred tree background. You're almost guaranteed to get a bunch of noise and fireflies. So you have to use the light clamping. But everything just feels really dark. Am I hallucinating? Let's turn off light clamping and just see what it looks like. Okay, yeah. I wonder how much I can get away with. Maybe going to pick something up, so I'll lurk for now. All right. Well, it was nice to see you again. And yeah, thanks for saying hi. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you. Thank you, I will. Okay, yeah, so that definitely helps. See if maybe I can get a little more of a rim light effect going. Might actually just put a rim light in here. I think that's what I'll do. Might be able to bring the light clamping back down a little bit thanks to that. Let's try bringing it down to 30. Even 20 maybe. Yeah, I think that'll work. So that's good, because then that way we know these should render without any fireflies or noise problems. So yeah. In fact, there's too much extra sun now, so I'll bring this one down. Oh, it's like another little issue I didn't anticipate. You can see the bottom of the feet through the platform, which normally is what you want, because you want to make sure there's foot contact shadows on the ground, but in this case, we don't see the feet, and this is an issue, so I'll have to go in and fix that in the anim file as well. Get rid of those footprints. But yeah, okay, I think this lighting is pretty much where I want it. So the next step is to mess around with this effect of like glowing streaks of light from the stars. And once I have that in, I may actually want to darken the scene a little more after all, but let's just check it out. So to do this, I have to think for a second. I think, okay, I'll start with a curve, a circle curve, put some like extrusion on it, taper it, probably duplicate 4 of them, and somehow attach them to these star bones, probably these little individual controllers here, so that as the stars spread out, the trails stay connected to them. It's gonna be tricky. That's not going to work actually, because the stars have like an aim constraint on them. I'll have to make it a child of this big control, but that means as it scales up, the trails are going to get really fat, so I'll just have to counter animate them to get thinner. All right, that's the plan. Save up a version in case I break anything. Please stand by. Picking a different playlist. I played one the other day I really liked. See if I can find it again. There was like a nature one. Let's see. There's themes, nature, hopeful spring.
I could sit around and wait all day.
All right. Okay, hold on a sec. I'm figuring out how this works. All right. Yes. Okay. Okay, so now I got like this trail thing. That's what I was going for. Maybe I should make it shorter. Because there's going to be 4 of them. Oh, nice. That's what I really wanted. Something in between those 2 points. Great. Okay, so now this is kind of the idea. This will be our little trail geometry. This is some serious smooth jazz we've got going on here. Let's see. Just have to gonna fix this if I can. Can I? Sweet. Alright, hopefully this works. I think they might be facing... No, they are going the right way. Cool. So that's the general idea. Just tweak it a little bit. And these are going to be rendered in a separate pass, and then comped in, so I don't have to worry too much about them cutting through the stars or whatever. Yeah. In fact, maybe even just two of them. Yeah, I think just two of them will do the trick. There's going to be motion blur on them as well, so there won't be such a visible hard front edge there. They'll be kind of blurred and smooth. Yeah, so see, I'll kind of fade them in. I could even animate them starting shorter. So maybe they've reached their full length here. And here they'll be invisible. I'll start fading them in here as they're growing. Yeah. Cool. So the next step for these is I'd like them to be in their own scene, for one thing, and we'll see them fully rendered. Sorry. but in this scene, I just want them to cast light, but not be visible. So let's add a new material. We don't need this. And once again, let's just disconnect this and turn these off and just look at the effect of them on their own to start with. The other thing I kind of wanted to do, if I can, is see if I can get a color ramp on here. So no, I have no idea how to do this. Although, maybe, did I just find it? No, I don't think so. This might do it. Yeah, okay. And then I think I probably need to do a map range. maybe. Oh, I did it the other way around. From -1. Yeah. There we go. I stumbled into it. Okay, so now, could do like a rainbow or something, might be cute. And then I can desaturate it or whatever after the fact if I want to. Let's see if I remember how to do this. I think you can do red. You basically do full red on both ends, and then you switch the blending mode, and it basically gives you a rainbow. This one. Aha! There it is. Cool. So okay. Yeah, so got some Rainbow Road action going here. Turn this back up. Yeah. Neon rainbow trails, baby. Might even make them a little longer. Just because I like that so much. Who doesn't love some neon rainbow trails? I mean, come on. Okay, so now we got our fun little rainbow trails. So in this shot, they will we'll hit this little switch here so that they don't actually show up in the camera. We get the rainbow light from them on Isla as they expand and glow. In fact, I think I should probably animate them down to 0 here just so that we don't see that happen. And then I'll do a separate shot where we actually have them rendered on their own. And then I'll comp them in together. So that's the plan, and it'll look like super magical and stuff. So yeah, I think I'm gonna step away and take another break for just a couple minutes, stretch, and then we can get into comp and actually put this together and have it looking good. So I'll be back in a few. all right. So, gonna need 2 sets of these trails probably, so that I can set these settings differently in the 2 different scenes. So, one really cool thing also about Blender 3.5 is that there's like a lot of stuff you can do with the real-time compositor, and to this point I've only been compositing with the old one, which is incredibly slow. However, in 3.5 I did some experiments, and I think you can kind of do real-time stuff. The main thing is I have to pre-render the frames and save them as EXRs, because it doesn't work with the render layers yet. But it's a small price to pay. And it doesn't work with Cryptomat stuff, so that stuff I'll have to do in the slow compositor. But yeah, in general, things are so much faster. Oh, and that reminds me. Let's see, there's a node group I want to download. I might have to do this off screen. Yeah, this one. Hold on a moment. Yeah, okay. So, this one is free on Gumroad. This kind person, Lenko or Yanko or something, comes with all this extra stuff, works in the real-time compositor, they said. You can even do lens dirt effects, which I think might be cool. I don't know how to use it, but hopefully I can just figure it out pretty quick. But this one works in the real-time compositor, unlike the one that comes stock with Blender. And since I'm using kind of a glow on most shots, even just a subtle one, I need this. So I'm going to download it, but I'm going to do it off screen with my Gumroad account. So one moment, please, while I do that. And gosh, it's not working. Gumroad's not working, of course. Let's try it one more time. Well, okay. I guess I'll have to come back to that later. But anyways, we'll do it all. We'll do the rest of it without that. Yeah, I'm gonna set up my render passes. So I'll use a crypto mat and I think that's it. Oh, and I almost forgot. I think I need to let me think for a second here. I'm trying to decide if I want to have the sky be in a separate background. I probably don't need to, but also it would probably help. Okay, so these two we will have invisible to camera, and these two we won't render in this scene. Let's try this again. This should work now. Yeah, so we'll have the light from the trails and the reflections of the trails hitting Isla here and the stars, but we won't actually see them in the scene. New shop folder. And we'll do one more frame so that we have a couple to look at everything with, like the trees, for instance. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate this scene and make a background one. We're going to just do copy settings. And this one can be Eevee. With just one sample. We'll do motion blur. And we're going to reuse our world HDRI. Single layer EXR, no alpha. No transparent film. And we'll want to go in and copy our camera over. There we go. So we got our little background here. So we'll render the same 2 frames. The last thing we'll do is set up a third scene based off this one where we're just rendering the trails by themselves. And that one can probably be Eevee as well. So we'll... yeah, why don't we go in and copy this one? I'll call this Trails. We want Isla in here so that we can do a holdout. So that little switch there. And double check that these two are set to show in the camera. Yep. And let's see what happens. Oh yeah, transparent film. Yeah, so that's basically it. Just want to make sure motion blur works. Probably going to need to turn up the samples for that. Huh. Interesting. It's not so nice. Let's try cycles. Yeah, that's better. I might even duplicate these. So I can really dial in the look of this one a little more. That'll help the motion blur look cleaner. Yeah. Okay, so and then we don't need to do an 1001 on this one because there's no trails, but yeah, I'll just mute them in the comp. So now we should be ready to do our comp. So I'm going to make another scene. This scene is light enough that I think I can do the comp right in the same file. Sometimes I have to break it out and do a separate file. But we'll do copy settings and we'll call this comp. And we have to have a camera in here in order for it to render, so we'll go ahead and copy the camera in again. But that should be all we need. So I think multiple images. Let's see if this works. Yay! All right, that saves a little time. And there we go. We have it in the viewport in real time. Game changer. Total game changer. The old Blender compositor is so slow. I was finding ways to work around it and put up with it, but it's yeah. Great job. Thank you, Blender Test Render. Your name is very appropriate for what I'm doing right now. I'm going to try that Better Bloom one more time, see if I can grab that, because I would love to drop it in here. Just doing the robot tests here. Nope, still won't work. Okay. So no bloom in here. But at any rate, what I'm going to do is go ahead and copy in one of my existing comps just to grab a few of the nodes that I like to use. So let's see, what shot should that be? Do this one, or this one's really complicated. Probably this one. So this is shot 50, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna save up a version. And I'm gonna append that. So in here I've got a whole bunch of stuff. Probably a lot of it won't show up, but what I'm mainly interested in is just these nodes right here, because I got my vignette set up and just my general like hue saturation and stuff boosts that I do. So I'm just going to copy these nodes. It sounds like my playlist is over. Okay, so yeah, we'll start with the background. Start with frame 1050, the second frame. Then we'll add in the trails over on top of that. But yeah, so much faster. Like this works in real time now. Before it was like you had to wait 5 seconds for it to update. And yeah, the glare node doesn't, pretty sure it doesn't work. So hopefully I'll be able to get that other one off Gumroad. Otherwise, I can just look at it in the old version. Yeah, and it's definitely gonna need some adjustments. But anyway, so yeah, I want to kind of desaturate these trails a little bit so they're not like just pure rainbows. I do want rainbows, but not pure rainbows. And a blur. Maybe I'll saturate up the background a little bit too. Just the blues though. And desaturate those yellow clouds just a tiny bit, maybe. So yeah, there's a few more adjustments I think I'll have to make with the Cryptomat, I guess we can try that. But then I think the only thing left after that will be the glare, so I'll have to see if I can figure out how to get that thing off Gumroad, or just use the old one, which is slow. And I don't feel like building my own, so... Anyways, it's not letting me pick the eyes. Well, hello, Kai. Hello, hello. How are you doing today? Hold on, I have to figure out something. I need to get nev_i.l and i.r. I'm gonna have to type them in manually. There we go. Oh, that's why I was using the wrong image. No wonder it wasn't working. Okay, so now I have my mat. I'm gonna want to map that. What else? Trying to do the mermaid challenge, and it's hard. Yeah, that's ambitious. How many is it? Is it one every day, or is it like one a week or something? Oh yeah, of course. It was great to see you. Great to see you in person. Got a nice chill vibe in your stream. I like the whole setup you got going there. I think mainly I'm going to want to just reduce the exposure of some things here. So I think the spiral is the other one. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and do some curves. Yeah. So I can plug that into there. Now I can reduce this a bit. One every day. I have 31 sketches done, did like 20 sketches with backgrounds, and try to make an interesting composition. the rest the second day. Oh, you did that all in one day? Oh my god. Wow. That's a lot. That sounds very productive. I'm wondering if I can do all this in one. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so that'll probably work. And this allows us to not have quite so much glow on a few things. The glow is very intense at the moment. Yeah, but it was so hard I could only use ref for a handful of pieces, but everything else is imagination. Yeah, there's no real life reference for mermaids, unfortunately. Well, I guess you can find pictures of people wearing mermaid costumes, I'm sure. I don't know if you've seen these, but I remember like a few years back there were these like really super realistic mermaid tails that you could buy that were like made of silicone and like, painted with all this detail and stuff, and it was like it was very elaborate, and I don't know whatever happened to those, but okay, here we go. Can dial this in. Turn the threshold way up here. And then boost the exposure of the trails a little bit, and that should help. There we go. That's more like it. Oh, thank you. Oh, by the way, I can show you the... I did the changes I was talking about to this shot that you inspired. You confirmed a suspicion I already had, so I decided to go ahead and do it. So, let's see. Kind of like a magical trampoline landing. So, yeah, hopefully that looks less violent. Less like it would kill them. Oh, good! Yay! Do you think it does it do the trick? Good, good. Yay. Well, good, thank you. I hope I like it. It's amazing work. Thanks. I am happy with it. Yeah, I am. Um, I think what will really sell it is the sound effects. Like I'm already imagining there'll be like a really kind of cartoony like boing sound, like boing, and I think that'll sell it. And I think it's also good because it establishes early on that the ship is kind of like this magical thing that doesn't necessarily always follow the laws of physics, which is good. That's what I want. So, yeah, I'm glad you nudged me to do that because ever since the beginning, I was thinking, are people going to think this is too much like, yeah, too big of an impact? It also added an extra oomph to the landing. Oh, cool. Good. More excitement early on is good. It did take a whole extra day to do it, but I think it was worth it. Okay. So, yeah, I wanted to boost these stars a little bit too so that the stars get some more glow on them. So I'm going to do the same thing here. Oops. Maybe I can use the color balance. Yeah. The exposure node doesn't come with a thingy. Oh, or I just use one of these, yeah. I need the, I need this factor thing so that I can tell it only to use that matte. The exposure node does not have that. There we go. Got the big glow on the stars there. I feel like whatever they taught me in animation school stuck with me from first, second year. So you're in the process of the effects and stuff. Just on this shot, yeah, I'm just doing the comp. This shot's a real quickie. So I've already animated it today, just like an hour Because all it is the ship is lifting off and these stars are starting to spin. So like if we go in, oh, I can close this. Don't save. So here we are in the anim file. This is what the shot actually is. And so we'll start with the stars kind of not glowing and traily, but then as they speed up, then they develop these rainbow trails and glows and stuff, which will, I think, be a cool effect. It kind of to sell the idea that Isla has this kind of magic power to control the ship. So yeah, there's a few little tweaks I need to make. I need to animate this so that the stars don't start glowing until like they'll reach their full value here. And here they will be not glowing. And same with the trails. So the trails will be animated in. And this we can actually see in the real-time compositor. I'm so excited. Yeah, so that's about what... Oh my god, this is so nice being able to do this. I can actually see things changing over time. This is revolutionary. I can't wait until all of the nodes work in the real-time compositor. It's so nice. Yeah, I mean, I basically have already finished comping this scene. There's just a couple things that need to be fixed, and it is a very simple one, but I think that only took like less than an hour, and usually it's been taking me like 3 or 4 hours to comp these things. So using the real-time compositor is a huge help. So that's what it'll look like with the real glows. And yeah, I think there's more little things I'll have to do. I have to correct the feet showing through the bottom there. And there was something else I think I need to fix. Now I can't remember. but I'll figure it out. So I think that's it for me for the day. Maybe tonight I'll finish this comp, or maybe not, but probably the next time you see me, this shot will be rendered. And just to recap, I kind of had a shift in strategy. I was originally not planning on doing the trailer until after the whole episode's done, but the episode's taking so long, I kind of feel like I could really use whatever benefit the trailer might get me. So I'm gonna prioritize all of the trailer shots and do those first. So like this is one of them that's already animated, so I'll be setting up rendering on that in the coming days. This one, so that's why I'm doing this one today, and this one, and probably this one too, where they fly out at the end and they're surfing on their new surfboards, and then maybe one of these. But then I'll be shifting gears. Once those are done, I'll be shifting gears and doing the shots that are specially made for the trailer. Yeah, and the plan, I might change the script, but the plan right now is that the trailer is going to be Cleo, who actually isn't really in this episode, but is also one of the main characters. And we're going to start inside the building. Actually, this yellow building that you can see in the background here, aka this building here. We're going to be starting in that building at the beginning of the trailer, which I spent the last few days building the interior for. So this is what it looks like inside on the lower level. In the future, I'll finish the second level because that's Cleo's room, and I think episode 2 will start in Cleo's room. But in the trailer, we'll start down here. So this isn't comped or anything, so it's a little CG-ish, but oh, thanks. Cute. Yeah. But yeah, we'll start in here. Cleo will be doing kind of like selfie camera and talking to the camera, and then they step out the door, and then that's when we reveal the ship. We kind of like pull back. What I'm imagining is like we start the camera here, we're in the room, and then as Cleo opens the door, we cut, and I guess we'd cut to this side so that we can see the door opening, and Cleo will be standing there, and then we quickly like whip zoom the camera back to show the whole ship and kind of get a nice view of the whole ship. So before this, you think they're just like in some room on the ground in a building that's on the Earth, presumably, but then we reveal we're flying on this magic ship. So I think that'll be a fun way to start the trailer. And so that those shots will have to be made from scratch for the trailer, but that's about it. And then there's like one or two where Cleo's walking on the deck, and Cleo is going to introduce Isla here, and Nat and Amp and Endy. All the characters you see in the first episode are going to get introduced in the trailer real quick by Cleo. Just a real quick like, hey, this is Nat. Nat says hello type of thing. And then we'll cut to shots of this episode while Cleo's kind of explaining what the show is, and that's kind of the goal. Like you were asking before, what are they? You know, and like what are they doing? And so the trailer's kind of the opportunity to answer those questions. So I got to find like a really concise and clever and entertaining way to like write that out, which might be a challenge for me because I'm not a writer necessarily, but I'll do my best. And then so that'll be the trailer, and it'll also kind of double as an introduction for the show. And so that's the plan, and I'll put that out as soon as it's done, which will hopefully be a few weeks from now if I don't have to take freelance work. And then I'll get back on finishing this episode. So that's the plan as it is now. And that's it. That's it for me. So thanks for stopping by. So great to see you again, Kai. And to anybody else who stopped in or watches the replay, thank you. And I hope you enjoyed it. And y'all have a wonderful rest of your evening. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.